Just let me introduce myself. My name's Phil Melograne. You see me outside of a courtroom, don't call me judge, just call me Phil. All right, when we're in a courtroom, I guess that's the necessary part of it. But I can go through and tell me about my background, my education, and so forth, but I've done that so many times, and plus it's on my website, and you'll see it in different literature. What I want to tell you about is just the person as who I am, and just how I run my courtroom, all right? I was adopted at birth. I was adopted at 10 days old by two of the most wonderful people I'm going to meet in my lives. Excuse my back. And I was raised in a family where we're taught to help people, and we taught to help people in need. My whole life. And I saw it through my mom and my dad. They set a wonderful example for me. I did go to Pitt. I went to Duquesne Law School. And they also taught me hard work also. While at Pitt and at Duquesne Law School during the summers, I was a Boilermaker, was an iron worker, was a steel worker, and a laborer. Helped pay my way through school. And I made some lifelong friends in those trades. And it's something I'll never forget. They helped me become the person I am today. And even along the way, again, they taught me to help people in need. And that's the way I like to run my courtroom, all right? Because a lot of good people in this world make mistakes. And that doesn't mean their life should be ruined early in the process. What I like to do is take a look at the situation, whether it's a civil or even a criminal matter, and see if it can be resolved, see if that person can be helped. Because if I can put a person on the right track early in the process, that not only helps them, it helps the rest of the community, especially in criminal cases. But I can tell you in civil cases, people sometimes find themselves in situations, sometimes through no fault of their own. And many times they don't have the financial means to rectify the situation. And I get those complaints in front of me. And let me tell you this, the board that you have here, behind the scenes, goes to bat for those people, all right? I see it. I see it in the cases that have come before me. I think all of you should be grateful and very proud, not just as a board member, but grateful for the community that you live in. It's a wonderful community where I think people out here have each other's backs. And with the political climate the way it is today, you don't see that as regular as you do out here. You guys kind of take it for granted, but the rest of the world isn't like that. And that's why I love, just not this community, but the community in which I represent, all the districts. I was a common pleas judge at one time. And don't get me wrong, I loved what I did. I filled out the full term and I went back into private practice. But as a common pleas judge, you are isolated from the community. As you can imagine, I worked in the courthouse. Your solicitor in front of me a number of times, and we've just had a wonderful rapport all these years. But I'm a trial lawyer, and so I enjoy being in the courtroom every day. But what I'm doing now, I've never felt so content in a career position as I do now, because I'm working at an arm's length transactions with people, and I get to affect lives immediately, and I get to see the immediate impact. And again, for me, it's all about getting people on the right track. And look, you can't punish everybody, because certain people have to be punished. I get it. I mean, when I was in the DA's office, I was a prosecutor. I prosecuted all the homicides, and when I left, I was doing the homicides. I was doing the sex abuse for children and adults. I was doing the physical abuse for children and adults. I mean, when I was on the common pleas bench, I sentenced an individual to 54 to 108 years for a sex abuse case. So I'm not afraid to drop the hammer, okay? I'm not. But I can recognize when somebody needs help too, all right? And that's important to me. And that's the type of courtroom that I have. And you're welcome to come and take a look at it anytime. And again, thanks for hearing me out.
I'd like to thank you as Your Honor, as when the whole town hit the newspapers and everything, as being one of the few public servants out there that reached out and said, is there anything I can do to help? So I'd like to thank you for that.
I'm always there for you. I mean, I'm just a hop, skip, jump away or a phone call away. I'm not going anywhere, guys. I plan on being here for a long time. Thanks.
Thank you.